My name is Kyle Humphrey. I'm a criminal law specialist certified by the State Bar, California, practicing criminal defense and trial work. Well, I hate to admit it, but I started as a lawyer in 1985. I can't even do the math, close to 40 years. I was born out of state, raised as a child in San Diego, most specifically Lakeside, a little country town on the East County. Came to Bakersfield to follow family illness as a lawyer. Thought I'd go right back to San Diego. Turned out it was like coming home, just regular folks. And then, of course, like many men, I met a woman and all my plans changed. I spent my college years at San Diego State and then at Western State Law School in San Diego. I think by nature, I was called to it, but I think that like many of my friends when we got out of college, we realized you could do nothing with a political science degree. Oh, I think being a lawyer is the most important job that you can have. I tell all the young lawyers, we are the glue for the fabric of our society. We try to make sure people follow the law, that they resolve their disputes in a peaceful manner. We ensure the social contract. It's a calling. I actually started as a lawyer in Los Angeles with the district attorney's office. First job I got, or I could get. And then I came here as a district attorney. And so I was a prosecutor for close to 8 years total. Then I realized that I needed to try the defense. And I have never worked harder at any job than defending people. I tell people this and they think I'm joking, but I think it was having children and being able to see that all these people accused of crimes mattered, that they were somebody's child or parent or loved one. And the government is an awesome machine. It has unlimited resources and ways to get you. And I saw as a prosecutor, there were so many defense attorneys who didn't work hard. And I felt that I could do better. And that made my decision easy. I was called to do this side. You know, it's flavor of the month. Sometimes you enjoy one part more than another. But I think at my age and reflection, I think the most important part of my job is helping people. I really feel that even if I can get one client to maybe seek help for problems they have, or to understand that what's going on is not the end of the world, then I've done a good job that day. There are a lot of people tell you that they've handled thousands of cases or 10,000 cases. There's a joke about some attorney that ran down his file room, touching all the files so he could say he'd handled 1,000 cases. While I was a DA, I believe I stopped counting at about 38 misdemeanor trials to verdict, and then another 50 or so, maybe more, homicides, sex crimes as a prosecutor to verdict, and probably at least 100 since I've left that side and come to this side. So a really massive number of trials. I think I'm overwhelmed with the number of stories that I've taken to heart. There have been cases where I've been the best lawyer and done the best job, and injustice happened. I've also been the lawyer where I was shocked that my client was not held accountable. I have defended people in really high-profile cases, and there's just too many to count. I really can't isolate one. I have a lot of funny stories, but I can't say which client meant the most to me. I am so excited that Jared came back. I recruited him when he was a young attorney to work for me. He was with me for 10 years. And then because of economics, he moved on. But I was so excited to bring him back as a full partner. I feel I have such an advantage over any other attorney in town. I have this younger attorney who's got a brilliant mind, who I respect for all of his skills, that I can actually talk tactics with and ideas with. And as you get older as an attorney, you tend, I think, to become isolated And yet I have this guy that I can talk to that does a fantastic job for his clients and has reinvigorated me in my practice. Well, specifically in this town, we know everybody. Many of the most senior attorneys and judges came up with me or are only a little bit older. One of the things that I've realized over time as to why I stayed in Bakersfield and I call this home, I couldn't believe how kind and decent the people here are. And one of my jobs, I think, is to try to get the government and the prosecution to understand we don't need to treat people harshly here. The people in this town are no worse than anywhere else, and they should be treated fairly. And I fight for that every day. You know, there's a negative thing to say is that, oh, we're tough on crime. I get that, and we should all disagree with crime. But you shouldn't give a young kid in Bakersfield more time than he would get in another county. So I fight against that. And I do that out of respect for the fact that everybody can make a mistake, and the people in this town are great. Truthfully, Jared and I are at the top of our practices. We're respected by our peers. We get referrals from sources at the top of law enforcement and other agencies. We get referrals from law enforcement, including representing law enforcement. They understand that we'll fight and fight hard on every case. You add to that we're both very skilled, that we have taken the time to become certified specialists, and that we're honest. We will not blow smoke on a client to get that client to hire us. If you want somebody to tell you you're going to win, go hire somebody who's unethical. One thing I'm excited about as a senior attorney is that we are going to expand our practice areas into personal injury. We believe that our trial skills and ability to research, write, and deal with people honestly and fairly and have the skills to really help them. It's exciting to us because, truthfully, in terms of trial work, you can get a lot more dramatic and artful as a trial attorney in a personal injury case. The criminal courts have really limited some of the aspects of argument and presentation that we believe are helpful, but we're just not allowed to do them. When Jared and I talked about expanding into personal injury, one of the reasons we felt that it would be a good fit is that we both know how to do trials. You know, we both have done a significant number of serious trials involving homicides, involving scientific evidence. Those skills to present to a jury, to pick a jury, to argue, they can't be learned outside of a courtroom. Take all the classes you want, but you have to learn those skills in a courtroom. And those skills will help anybody with any case.